Welcome to Rad Rolls, Union Dispatch. We are a tabletop role-playing group that records actual plays of Modiphius's Fallout 2d20. The podcast contains mature themes present in the Fallout series with a dark comedy spin. Our crew has collected evidence of a murder in the Foundry, and now they set off to question the most likely suspects. Let's set off to the Pit.
All right.
Okay.
I can't have you all in here anymore. What I need you to do is I'm gonna pull the cards for the last workforce in here. Those are probably your prime suspects. I'll look at the others and meet me back here tonight at 8 because we've got to do the funeral, our union dispatch as we call it.
To figure out who it is, probably one of the former workforce. Yeah, get us those names and we'll see what we can learn.
Yep.
Right, and then we'll come back when it's nice and dark and creepy to try and find a murderer. Makes perfect sense.
So you all exit the... hang on, where do I have that? There it is. You all exit the doors of the steel mill, and you take your time cards and punch them all out on the same card, and then the doors close. Scott reaches in and grabs out the time cards for the last crew, and he hands them over to you, and I'll read them out as they are read. Leroy Maltz, timeout, 5:45 a.m. Mitchell Fish, Leroy Maltz was a grinder. Mitchell Fish, timeout 5:45 a.m. Grubber. Marge Kellerman, timeout 6:30 a.m. Grafter. Billy Saltzman, timeout 7 a.m. Grappler. Dan Fogleg, timeout 7 a.m. And that is a goalie. Did everybody get in that chat?
Yeah, I missed the
There's the
third
6:30
one.
guy.
There's a 6:30 guy. Yeah, that would be. I'll type it in here.
Marge Keller?
Marge Keller.
Keller. Yeah.
So
Kellerman,
I
Marge,
think we should
Grafter.
go Kellerman. So we should probably talk to Dan and Billy first.
Yeah. So Scott is like, well, you know, if Billy is a grappler, he's probably in the bunkhouse. He likes to go to sleep generally right after work. Same thing for Leroy Maltz. He likes to go to sleep. He'll be in the bunkhouse. And same thing for Dan Fogleg. Now, let's see here.
Billy or Dan are dead.
What?
So is this in here? Is this Billy or is this Dan?
Billy and Dan are timed out on the sheet here.
Right.
I mean, they're both timed out at.
Well, I have a
7 a.m.
suspicion one of them's timed out here in this bucket.
That might make some sense. Which one do you think it is?
Well, hell if I know. I'm asking you. You're the one who works with him. You're the foreman.
Well,
I mean, what we got? We got the hockey stick, which was maybe belonging to the goalie. Well, others might have used it. The grappling hook.
Was he wearing a
grappling
mask?
hook was used as a murder weapon potentially.
Yeah. Was he? Was our victim wearing a mask?
no.
Okay, so it's entirely possible that he's probably the grappler. Cross thinks it's the grappler. Jared thinks it's the grappler.
Grappler with the
both of them
sickle
can be-
and the foreman's.
Both
So
of them could be convinced otherwise, but
Well, I haven't.
Yeah,
I mean, I haven't seen Billy Saltzman, our grappler, here in a little bit. I mean,
No, it's quite likely, especially if someone smuggled something in with the hockey stick and all that. And the person who died looks like the grappler might have been fighting each other off, from what we can tell. But still, there's outside forces, there's power armor, there's a lot we don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on.
Well, I saw Marge on the way in. She's working on something over near the walls. Gosh, Mitchell. He's down at the cafeteria. He likes to eat right after. Most people like to go to bed. If Billy's dead, then the other two must have gone to the bunkhouse to sleep it off. But why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't anybody say anything? Is my question. So,
If the
use
others
your
already
information.
retired,
It's a murder.
Well, I know it's a murder. Just use your information that you have. Go talk to them. Don't scare anybody. And if you let me know, we can. I can get the powers that be together, and we can make an arrest.
So,
hey, we're clocking out.
Let's see if Billy or Dan are sleeping in the bunker. Taking dirt night with baby Jesus.
All right. So is that where you all want to go first?
yeah, I think bunkhouse makes a lot of sense.
Okay, yeah. So you enter the bunkhouse. The bunkhouse is very similar to where you sleep. It's just a different building. There's bunk beds kind of strewn about. There's a few little desks. Not only like one of the beds is occupied at the moment, and that person is sleeping.
I was going to say, have we been here long enough we would recognize any of these people? Any of these
No.
names, any of these people? No.
Not really. No.
All right, Cross, go wake him up.
Come on.
And however Cross sees fit.
Well, is there anyone in here awake? It's only
Cross.
one person sleeping?
Sees
One person
One-
sleeping.
And
All
in
right.
theory, it's either Billy or Dan.
All right, I'm gonna go up to him. I'm gonna get about 12 inches from his ear. Dan. Dan.
Dan's not. It's me, Leroy. What do you need, Dan?
Shit, sorry.
I don't know
thought
where
you were
Dan is.
I thought you're Dan. Sorry.
No, it's
Sorry,
me,
go back.
Leroy.
Go back to bed. Sorry.
What do y'all
I'm
do?
sorry. I was looking for Dan. Sorry. He owes me money. I'm about to beat his ass.
Why?
Shh, it's okay. Go to bed. You're dreaming.
All right.
You're dreaming.
Speech plus charisma, difficulty 0. Let's see if you can pull that one off.
I don't even care. Whatever. Yeah.
One success. There you go. That's great. Yeah, he's back to sleep. He's like, "Yep, I'm good. I'm good." You're looking. This is Leroy Maltz. You're looking for Dan. You want me to go back to sleep? Sure. I don't care.
Okay.
He's back
That's-
asleep.
That's Leroy.
He's
So
back
Leroy
asleep.
I was gonna ask if it was Dan because he'd be like, "No, I'm Billy." I'm like, "Okay, well, it ain't Billy. It's in there, dead."
We can be pretty sure it's
can we-
Leroy then.
I
Can we
mean,
like search his shit?
Yeah, if you want to.
Yeah,
It's
let me search his
Leroy.
shit.
What do we want to?
before we go too far, too, I mean, we don't know that it's just the two of them at the end. There could have been multiple people involved in this. You got the window, like whatever came in. Who knows how it ended, but whatever came in through there has been blowtorched. So for all we know, it was Marge Kellerman, the grafter, working to let things in through the window. I mean,
You know that
they're
there
trained by
book
torch.
where like there's this jerk on the train and then like all 20 of them like stab him. It could be that.
Exactly. I love a good murder mystery, but I never wanted to be in one.
Right.
Murder on the Appalachian Express.
So there's one thing we probably can be sure of. The last person to clock out, was on the inside of the door. And so there had to be at least one person there, most likely with 2 time cards. And they had the cards for Billy and Dan. That's the only things we can be sure of.
Yep.
Let's search Leroy's stuff. I'm telling you.
Hey,
He might have mentats.
go for it. He doesn't seem like the type to have mentats, though.
Yeah. So you're just are you gonna search the room? Or are you searching Leroy's person? Like there's little
Well, does he
nightstands.
have?
Like where
Yeah,
they keep
exactly. That's
their
what I was thinking.
various
Does he
stuff.
have like his personal effects in like a Foot Locker or something? Right, is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, do an agility plus sneak for difficulty 1.
Beyond
if
him, Timmy, like, do people share a bunkhouse? Like, would his whole crew be in the same bunkhouse? So could we see other people's stuff here too?
Yep, you all share the same bunkhouse, so they would share the same bunkhouse.
Okay.
Does everybody have like assigned lockers with their names on it or something?
Yep.
Where are the
helps.
lockers?
I mean, everyone has a nightstand essentially.
Okay.
The lockers for everybody are back in the.
And it's just
There in the
us
thing.
and Leroy. And Leroy's sleeping.
Timmy didn't find any mentats.
Timmy didn't find any mentats. Timmy's having a bad day. Timmy didn't find no mentats.
No. He's very stressed.
So
We'll
you're
get
in this
Timmy some
bunkhouse.
Comex.
Leroy is asleep.
He'll be
Everybody
fine.
has their nightstands. Nobody else is in the bunkhouse sleeping. It's just Leroy.
Oh, can we what about looking at the other beds to try and figure out like do the beds have like, are they like assigned beds? Like there's somebody's
Yeah, they're just
name
like a
on them?
simple. They're a very simple mattress that's like on a. It's like the college dorm room.
But
like,
would
plastic
we
mattress.
be able to tell? Would we be able to tell like, oh, this is Dan's bunk. It hasn't been slept in. Like that's kind of what I'm going for.
Nobody has their name assigned on things.
Well, how about their equipment, though?
I've
Where
never
would they
seen a pristine mattress in the Fallout universe, so it's
Yeah.
not like we're gonna.
Maybe blood on it or something, right? You know.
But people have a. I mean, you would sleep. You wouldn't sleep wherever. You would sleep in the same spot. So
Okay, well, why don't we look? Is there any mattress with blood on it?
I'm gonna get. You don't have to roll for that. There's no mattress with blood on it.
That's unfortunate.
Yet.
Is there a
Yet.
location where their equipment will be
Oh,
stored in the bunkhouse, or is that outside the bunkhouse? Like, is it, you know what I mean? Like, can we see if there's missing grappling hook or missing equipment in like the storage locker? If they have one.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, you could. You could look and check into that to see if there's anything missing.
Because we know that it would only be Billy or Dan. Sorry, Billy would be the only one with a grappling hook. Billy or Dan would be the only two with goalie armor.
Most likely, yeah.
So that would tell us if Billy Salzman was involved, and it would also tell us if Billy and or Dan were the Vic. Yeah.
I will go ahead and to save the rolls, we'll tell you that that everyone is accounted for except for essentially like no locker is labeled to your equipment. There's just like sets in each locker. So it's like, here's the grinder's armor, and there's a few different ones. There is a grappling hook and two sets. There's a grappling hook and a set of the goalkeeper's armor from one of the grapplers missing, and there is the hockey stick sword and the goalie armor missing from another one. So those are two unaccounted for equipments.
So whatever went down was definitely with this crew, and definitely between them. Are
So
we
it
gonna
was
go
Billy
out?
and Dan.
Yeah. Are we gonna go out and ask around to see if we can run into
Are you-
one of them, or?
Are you going to do anything with Leroy, who is the grinder for the crew, who's asleep, or are we going to leave
Let's
him in
let him
dreamland?
sleep. Let's
Leave
let
him
him
in
sleep.
dreamland.
We know right where he is.
I like it.
He was first to clock out, so we're not too worried about Leroy. Whatever went
Yeah.
down might have been.
I think we should go talk to Marge because Marge clocked out like later than the other two, and like we
15 minutes
grill
before
Marge.
the last two clocked out, so she might have gotten a sense something was going on.
Yeah, or
Maybe
like
Marge
30 minutes.
saw something.
And she's supposedly out there working with her blowtorch right now on something.
That's right. She does have a blowtorch. She tried to fix the window.
Everyone roll perception plus sneak difficulty 2, and we'll see who notices what as we're approaching Marsh.
Difficulty 2. I am going to fail this. No, I. Okay.
Locking up on
Two
live.
I am
successes
still.
and a conflict.
No, I'm still rolling for d20s. Just the first two count. So one success.
Okay.
And I got to change that.
As soon as you come around the corner, Marge
Good try,
kind of hears that somebody's approaching, and then kicks on the torch and is just kind of like going back and forth over. Essentially, there's this wall with various sheet metal, various like makeshift pieces. There's some different fence, and it just looks like she's mindlessly working. It doesn't. You can't really tell what exactly she's working on, but she's just over there, kind of skittishly working.
Is looking busy.
Looking busy, huh? Somebody's not going to ask her. Somebody else has that.
Yeah, I don't know. So I mean, we know where she is. Does that mean we look for the others, or do we actually try to engage her in conversation?
Barb will walk up to talk to her. Really subtle, looming presence of an assaultron walks up behind you while you have a blowtorch.
She kind of looks over her shoulder, startled, and she actually starts the conversation and says, "Hey, do you know what time it is?"
Not really. I did just finish my shift in the metal foundry, though. How are you doing? You had a shift earlier today, didn't you?
Yeah.
So why do you care what time it is if your shift's already over?
I have somewhere I need to be later. I have a meeting later.
Oh, wow. A meeting. Anything that I can help you with on that? I mean, sometimes you could use a little bit of prep or maybe a little bit of encouragement if it's like an important meeting about getting a promotion.
Speech plus charisma difficulty 2.
Okay. Speech plus charisma.
Charismatic.
I am not charismatic. Let's see what happens. I have 1 success.
Well, it's not enough, unfortunately.
No.
Marge kind of
She has an assaultron.
Marge looks at the assaultron at the face and is like, I'm fine. I'm fine. I don't, it's just a work thing, and it's fine. And I'm all good here. I'm just doing my thing here.
Are you sure? Us union girls should stick together.
I'm pretty stuck. I mean, I'm pretty stuck with you and the other girls and guys. I feel I'm right there with y'all.
Let me ask this. Marge, you seem kind of like another nervous person. I'm a very nervous person too, and well, do you like mentats?
Are you? I don't really do drugs. That's not something I really would.
They really help. They really help. Do you want to try one? I have 2 left. You want to try one?
I've never really had enough money to buy. I mean, I can. Yeah, sure. I can try a mentat. Sure, yeah.
All right, I give her my psycho.
Are you sure this is how you take mentats?
She gonna know? She should have said she never has taken drugs.
Charisma plus medicine for difficulty 2. You established that you are similar to them. She doesn't have a lot of knowledge of drugs. So I think a difficulty 2 is tough, but not impossible for charisma plus medicine.
That's an oral versus an injectable, right?
Don't worry about it too much. I'm going to spend an AP.
Okay, can I assist also?
How is the assaultron going to help Timmy deal drugs?
I guess it's called holding her down. This is horrible.
No, I'm running interference. I'm basically a mobile wall, so I'm going to kind of move so that she feels more secure behind a large chunk of blue-green metal that people can't see past in case she's worried somebody will judge her for doing this.
All right, roll an assist, but if you fail, there will be consequences.
Fair enough. So what am I rolling?
Medicine plus charisma.
Shit.
Why are we doing this?
Because it's fun.
You started it.
Yeah, why do you guys let me do these things?
It's like you just met us, dude. All right, charisma plus
Good.
medicine. 1d20,
Oh,
0 successes.
Marge kind of looks at Timmy and is like, "Hey, so I'm pretty sure that it's not. I mean, I think it's not an injectable. I don't think that's something that Nintats normally are. And you guys are really freaking me the fuck out here with your killer robot. That I mean, I should be a little more. I've been focused on some other stuff, and maybe I haven't noticed the killer robot. But
Hey, that is very insulting to me. I've almost never killed anybody.
that's not helpful to me right now. So, do you need anything else from me? Like what?
So I've been hanging back this whole time, obviously, while people are doing their thing. It's going to come up and I'm going to be like, hey guys, maybe we should move on. She's been up all night working. You haven't you? Up all night? I'm surprised you're not in the bunkhouse right now getting some rest after that.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? Do a charisma plus speech difficulty 1 for me.
Did I do it right? I just clicked the button.
I didn't hear it.
Didn't show up. Try it again. See if.
Yep.
Oof.
0 successes.
God, I suck.
Marge is not gonna like us.
So one thing you can do, Janie, if you want to, is if you spend a luck point, you can re-roll one of your d20s.
Yeah.
I should have done that for the drugs.
May I?
Yes.
Yes, you're always allowed to do. You're allowed to do whatever with the luck points. Yeah.
I only got so much luck. Let's burn through it. Let's go.
Yeah. So
Look
you
at
got
that.
2 successes. Yeah. So
Wow. Coming in
Marge-
clutch.
Marge actually looks at you and says, "Yeah. I've been working hard. I mean, I just got off at 7. That's I've been working hard. So I definitely need a break. I appreciate that."
Good. We'll let you get to it unless y'all have anything else you want to talk to this young lady about.
I'm done talking to her. I'm feeling a little insulted, honestly.
Your time card said 6:30.
Oh yeah, I meant I meant 6:30. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, yeah, it's just slip of the tongue. I think the other guys got out of there at 7. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Hey, you know where Billy is?
Normally, did you check the bunkhouse? Normally, he's asleep.
Yeah, he wasn't there. He owes me money. I'm gonna beat his ass. I just figured you might know where Billy is.
Nope, not anywhere. No, not anywhere I know. Did you? He's not in the bunkhouse, and so I'm just looking on this wall.
So any idea where Dan might be? He kind of stood me up for a date, so I'm still wondering if anybody knows where he might have wandered off to.
Yeah,
I'm
Dan
gonna-
likes his women a little hard.
I
He
don't
also
know what
owes
that-
me money and I beat his ass, so if you know where he is.
How many people owe you? Do I owe you money?
I don't know, do you?
I mean, I don't think so. I don't think I owe you any.
These mentats help with concentration and memory too.
Well, I mean, I don't think that you're giving me. You tried to give me something else other than.
No.
You guys are just freaking me out. You're over here. You've got your drugs. You're saying people owe you money. You're saying.
Well, yeah.
Getting me confused on what I did last night.
You're over here clocking overtime. Apparently, you're worried about money, right?
I'm just reinforcing. I'm reinforcing the wall.
Well, we could
Out of
say
the
something.
goodness of your heart.
There could be something that is like we might have walked over and said something really freaky, like somebody killed Billy or Dan last night.
I would say do a strength plus speech for a difficulty 1.
Oh yeah. Come on. How did I fail that? Zero,
May I assist?
please.
Yeah, you can assist because you've just been intimidating the whole time talking about.
We're just bullying this person.
Eating asses.
Trying to at first.
Nah.
0.
Okay, I'm using a luck point. I want to respin that.
We will intimidate this person.
To intimidate. I cannot intimidate
give her
this
drugs.
person.
Everyone's going through puberty right now, and their voice
Right.
is squeaking. It's real awkward.
That's right. Leo,
I spent a luck point. I got 1 success.
Marge kind of looks at Barb and Cross and is like, I Billy and Dan they're dead? What are you? I
didn't
just
see
saw them.
What?
I just saw them.
both of them.
She didn't say that. I mean, you just said you could have said something wild like that.
Both of them are dead, is what you said. I said one of them was possibly dead.
Well, I mean,
Just said they can't owe me money if they're dead. Like I can't go, like disturbing corpses.
Well,
That'd be wrong of me.
technically, they can still owe you money. You just can't collect money.
Right? I can't beat their ass.
nobody
well-
did a perception check about like her person. Like, is she like covered in blood? Like,
I'm sure we would notice that.
like we didn't
This
ask.
group, are you sure?
frankly, the person that's covered in the most blood is Cross.
Okay. All right. I'm
yes.
just
Like-
checking. I'm just checking.
Oopsie doodle.
I'm just checking.
Y'all make me realize I take way too many things for granted that they'd be
Right.
stated if they were wrong. Yeah.
Marge kind of looks at the group and like you can tell like she's starting to like panic and turn red, and there's kind of like almost like little tears in her eyes, and she's like,
Oh,
this is all just too. It's just, what time is it?
What time is it? Is it about noon? I mean,
What time is it?
at least one of us probably has an internal clock.
I believe somebody in this group would
why is
have an
everyone
internal.
looking at me?
The time is 6 p.m. now.
I'm not a Timex.
The Assaultron knows that the time is 6 p.m. because of
Fine.
computers.
It is 6 p.m., but
Hey Barb, what time is it? The time is 6 p.m.
the time is 6 p.m., and I continue to be slightly insulted by everything happening in this conversation. Goodbye.
Marge looks at the group and she is like now like shaking and is like, I gotta go. I gotta get out of here.
Had a
I gotta
meeting.
go. I have to go. I just
It's a
like
meeting,
almost-
isn't it?
Okay.
Yeah,
It's that
I gotta
meeting.
go.
Good luck at your meeting.
And Barb sprints away and drops the acetone torch that she had, and just like gives it a sprint. Like there's no subtlety to that.
So what do you guys think? Do one of us follow her, see where she's going? Do we actually try to chase her down, or do we sneak and see where she's meeting and who she's meeting?
I grab the acetylene torch and I chase after Barb. Not Barb, sorry.
Marge.
Marge, drop this.
Large Marge.
Marge, come back. I'm gonna do
We
like
are
that
not-
awkward Terminator, like T-1000 run with the
Hey,
torch in my hand.
Is it
Hey,
still
that's
lit?
my gig. Thank you very much.
She is not going to listen to you, so are you going to try to catch her?
Oh yeah, I'm just gonna chase her down.
Okay,
my
yeah.
God.
Do athletics plus agility plus athletics for difficulty. The one.
Yeah,
Zero
she took a
success.
quarter. I just
Yeah,
want to try to return her torch.
Yeah, she's gone now.
Yeah, let's hold on to the torch till now. We can give it back to her later.
At this point, as you all are recollected, she was kind of near the steel mill that you're at. You're kind of recollecting, and Scott sees you all and comes up to you and says, "All right, guys, it's almost time for the funeral. Can
Who
you
are we
tell
having
us
it for?
Yeah. Can you tell me the name of the person that died?"
We have a question for you before that, Foreman Scott. Is anybody having any kind of business meeting at around now, 6 o'clock? Scheduled with anybody? Is there any official meetup going on right
No,
now?
We've canceled all the meetings for the day. There should be no meetings.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, I mean, truth is, we don't know. We don't know if it's Billy or Dan, right? I mean, we don't know if it's Billy or Dan, and we don't know if Barb was in on it and killed one or both of them and clocked them out herself.
Yeah, can we just put on the gravestone like to be determined later or something?
I mean,
Like-
we don't do gravestones here. We just burn the bodies. We don't have a bunch of we just have the furnaces, so we're just gonna I don't think Dan's reported in. I don't think Billy's reported in.
Right.
So I
We
think
know
you
Billy
are-
would normally be bunked down, so that routine has changed with Billy not bunking down. We don't
Right.
really know anything about Dan or where Dan would be at the moment.
Can we get one last look at the bodies, or at the body before you give him his Viking funeral?
And we gotta go to the cafeteria. Maybe one of them's eating.
So I have a theory. I know the body's not in great shape, folks, but we should be able to tell if these are union workers who have, built up calluses and had blisters and worked through long days for a while now. We should be able to tell by looking at their hands if they were somebody who worked with a grappling hook or somebody who worked with a hockey stick, whether they use one hand or two hands, depending on the calluses. We might be able to figure out who it is if somebody can help me do that, because I don't exactly have very dexterous phalanges like you meat sacks.
So Scott pipes up and says,
people.
listen, guys, you can go to the cafeteria for a minute and see if you can find anything, or you can do the body. But after that, we got to get on with the funeral. I mean, that's scheduled now. We got it on the schedule now.
Can we split up? Because, I mean, I feel like just seeing who's still alive will determine which one's dead. If we check
Right,
all
and
the
we
different
only-
locations.
And 2 sets of eyes should be enough to get a look at the body and see if we can figure out if he was a grappler or a goalie.
I mean, yeah, just make it quick because we got to put this to rest.
All right, I'll go. Can somebody help me out with the body? Dendron, can you help me with that?
No.
Please allow me.
I really don't. I really don't want to go back.
Honestly, Cross, I think you've done enough manipulation of that body. But if
Oh, then you lack imagination, my dear.
I am a robot, but thank you for the compliment.
Let's go manipulate that body.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right.
They'll manipulate.
All right,
that
so
body.
we'll do the mess hall first, and then we'll do the body, and then we'll do the get old the mustache twirling detective in here and do some final thoughts. So in the cafeteria, it's pretty much empty, except for one guy that's kind of like sitting there, just like with a big old plate of food, who's just like going to town, just like eating. It's like just all sugar bombs. He's just like got a giant bowl of sugar bombs, and it's like towering over pieces in the floor, and he's just like going to town.
Cool beans. I'll walk up and sit down and, hey, name's Janie. Got any more of those sugar bombs?
It's Mitchell. It's good to see you.
Good to see you, Mitchell. Oh man, I love me some sugar bombs. Is that personal stash or do they sell them around here?
I got them in cans. Pulls out another can of it's literally canned sugar bombs with the condensed milk and everything, so that they're like almost like boba, and
Wow.
passes them over to you.
Bit of
Janie.
that good mushy. You know what? When in Rome, I will open the can and have some lunch. I mean, it's been a long day.
It's been a long one for me, except I quit a little bit early, so I'm getting some more energy before I get back in
But a
there.
little bit early. Did you guys finish early last night, or did someone on the team like say they cover some of your shift for you?
I was just tired. I was the first one out. I was just tired dealing with it. Marge was all skidding, and Billy and Dan were screwing around, and I just didn't want to be there anymore.
Screwing around. Those guys screw off a lot. Are they good friends or something?
Yeah, they were trying to hit hockey pucks back and forth with the grappling hook and the hockey stick, and I was just tired of it. Just tired of looking at it, and they were trying to waddle around like they're a bunch of penguins, and it's terrible.
Work up a real appetite. I'm eating some sugar bombs and thinking.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Marge is being weird though and looking around at everybody and acting like a little squirrel in the haystack, and she was making me, you're around somebody and they make you a little nervous, like they're nervous and make you, it was like you just need to separate yourself from situations. So
Yeah,
this is my holy place, this is my holy site, and so I just sit here and eat my sugar bombs and enjoy my day.
Definitely. My food is my temple sometimes. So yeah, is she nervous like that a lot? I talked to her earlier. She seemed awful skittish, actually. I don't really know her.
I've been working with Marge for about a year now, and Marge works hard, but she complains about benefits and pay and not being able to work, and do much trading with the outside, and just that what we get here is not good enough for her. But yesterday she's just, last night she was just like getting around, acting a fool.
Weird. Does she, your whole crew probably gets on though, right? You guys work together long enough. You become friends. Does she get on with Billy and Dan?
She's kind of standoffish towards most. She's probably the left, of people that, me and Leroy, excuse me, is this guy's name? No, it's Mitchell. Mitchell, I'm Mitchell, and my buddy Leroy.
Yeah.
We're pretty close. Dan and Billy are pretty close. Marge is just, she's just been a part of the crew.
Not dating either of them. I don't know why I'm asking. I just, maybe sometimes a girl gets nervous if she's got something for one of her coworkers, one of the guys.
She's pretty negative about most everything the union does, and so you're around a complainer long enough, you get pretty sick and tired of it. But then you got a complainer that's nervous. That's a recipe for just like plum stick lickings, and you don't want to be there.
I hear that.
You sabotage the wall. You sabotage that wall.
I sabotage the wall.
Hey,
No,
Timmy, you want some sugar
Marge.
bombs?
No, those aren't good for me.
A lot of sugar.
I'll put some peach fuzz on your chest. You look like a boy who needs your peach fuzz. Here you go. And he hands you another can of the sugar bombs with the condensed milk and the boba-ness of the bombs.
Thank you. I guess I'll have to eat some.
Or save them for later if you need to.
He'll eat it. He doesn't want Mitchell to be upset.
It's like a very viscous, like kind of like cereal that's like like how frosted. You ever had a frosted flake that's like dipped in milk? It's kind of like that, but it's very layered, and the milk is really old because the milk was made back, some 30 years ago. Condensed into this can that's been sitting there, and it's kind of like bulbous and tough in some ways. It's not the most delicious thing you've ever had.
So it's like a can of your grandma's condensed milk from the back of the fridge, and somebody took the bottom Demetrius from a box of cereal and threw it in there and mixed it together and left it on a counter overnight.
Yeah, it's like rice curds and milk, and you just slop that stuff down the gullet.
Yeah, have some more. It sounds delicious.
Very, very yummy.
Hey, Timmy,
Then
you want
if
to
you
come
take
get a
sweetened
drink
condensed
with me?
milk and boil it, it becomes like dulce de leche. So like it could be real tasty. Who knows?
Mitchell, do you think Marge would ever try and hurt people here?
Marge is not a strong suit, but I mean, if somebody, if she got around a bunch of negative people, she'd probably be influenced, but I don't think she'd hurt anybody intentionally.
I think she sabotaged the wall.
Timmy, do you want to come get a drink with me or something?
No. Okay.
Okay, this is just my excuse for us to have sidebar for a second. So now everything being apparent kind of the way it is, it seems like with them roughhousing and knowing each other, there's a good chance that something went wrong, maybe even accidentally, although maybe not. And one of them escaped, that being the one with the hockey stick. And, Dan escaped. Billy's the one dead, because Billy would normally be bunking down, and he never went back to his bunk today. So you would think he's probably the dead one, given the grappling hook situation and all that. And the guy with the hockey stick is the one who made it out the window and left, and Marge covered the door. You know what I'm saying? That's what it feels like, but I don't know how we're going to prove it.
Yeah, I mean, I think the God, his voice is annoying for me to keep doing, so I'm just going to do like my voice.
Sounds good.
Sorry. Yeah, I think that like she was messing with the wall, and I think like she's going to go meet with people that are outside that are going to try and like attack like the fanatics or whatever. And I think she was making the wall less secure with her torch, and that's why she was so nervous when we were walking up on her.
That's a huge conspiracy.
So I'm thinking,
wow.
But also, Timmy is like an extremely paranoid and nervous person, so that's why he was like blurting out like she sabotaged the wall as soon as he found out about it.
So I think that's probably all you'll get from Mitchell. So I will move to Cross and Barb back in the steel shop. There's a lot of people that are kind of moving stuff around. There's actively people in here, and people are kind of waiting on you all to get to move the body into a place where they can cremate it. And so people are kind of waiting on you while you have this body there. But people are moving about in this workshop, setting things up.
So how's the lighting in here? Can we see details maybe a little better than on the shop floor?
I mean, you could. I don't think so. I don't think you'd be able to see details better on the floor. You haven't investigated much of the body outside of the wounds and the maybe broken legs. There could be something like that.
Okay, Cross, you said he owes you money. Go through his pockets.
He owes me money, so I'm gonna go through his pockets.
Okay. Yeah, you find about like 7 caps. You find some essentially steel fillings, and you find some there's like some notes that he's kind of written down. One of them being a scoreboard between. It seems like there's D and B, and B has 5 ticks, D has 4, and then a note at the bottom that says Marge -5.
Okay. So the letters B and D are on the scoreboard, right?
Yeah.
Which one's first?
Billy has 4. Dan
No,
has
which
5.
one's written first?
B.
B is player 1 always.
Yeah.
I'm 90% sure this has to be Billy because you would write your name first before you'd write somebody else's first if you're keeping score. He's player 1. His friend gets the crappy controller. So any other so it's one or the other, and I'm leaning Billy still. Any other identifiable goods on this individual?
I would say just do a luck plus survival for difficulty 2, and we'll see if you can really pull something out here. And I'll have Barb do the same.
Okay. So what was it? What in
The
survival?
luck survival.
Luck plus survival,
survival.
difficulty 2.
Okay. I have failed it horribly, but I didn't roll a 20.
You see that on the other arm, there's kind of like, you didn't notice it before, but there's kind of like a very large grip that has kind of ripped some of the material on the hand. It hasn't like touched the skin, but it looks like there was almost somebody that was gripping this guy's left arm. This is the right arm, is wherever Cross put it.
Yeah, it's it came off real nice.
Did it look like it was gripped with superhuman strength, or does it look like somebody with fairly normal human strength, like just put a lot of pepper into it?
I would say do a perception plus science for difficulty 0.
Okay, perception plus science. Again, I am missing Hazel so much right now. Perception plus science. 0. No, 1 success. 1 single success.
That was me.
That was actually Cross.
Oh,
Cross,
you're right. I failed terribly.
You recognize where this arm is. It looks like it's been power armor that has grasped the left arm at some point.
All right. A last look. Can we look at their hands and see if they have calluses? If he has calluses on one hand that are consistent with a person who uses a one-hand melee hook, or calluses on 2 hands consistent with somebody who uses a 2-handed hockey stick.
You can only see the left hand, and it's got some calluses on it. The right hand, it would be covered anyway, so you wouldn't know.
We've really laid it on thick with this whole right arm deal. Okay.
Hey, you know what? I'm not blaming you. Humans are fragile.
I'm not either.
Very aware of this.
I ain't blaming myself either.
Well, that's very good. You seem to have mastered self-actualization. But as it stands, we cannot tell for sure if this was Billy, Dan, or somebody else. We just don't have enough information. You want to just tell him it's Billy?
It's most likely Billy.
At this point, Scott calls out and says, "All right, everybody, gather around," and has the 4 of you right there. And says, "All right, so I've been talking with my people, and I want to ask you some questions, and I trust your judgment on this."
Okay.
Who's dead?
Probably Billy.
We suspect it's probably Billy.
All right, so it's probably Billy. How did he die?
Everybody looks at the body.
Well,
Terribly. He died terribly.
he had some broken legs. He had some slash wounds, and he had one of them sickles right in his heart. Perhaps a combination of those things.
Perhaps a combination.
Who killed him?
The sickle man.
That doesn't make it.
Yeah, that's who claimed kill him.
And was there anybody in the Union involved with this death?
We think Marge and Dan know what happened. We think Marge and Dan know what happened at the very least, even if they weren't the ones to do the killing.
What you're saying tracks with me because we caught Marge trying to escape out of the complex here recently, right before y'all came.
Yeah,
And we're holding her because we're holding everybody. We're not trying to have anybody leave the settlement right now. But we can do further investigation on her.
How do you suppose power armor get up there on a catwalk?
I don't understand. Power armor and the sickle.
Did you say power armor?
Yeah, how do you think someone gets some power armor up there? Let's spitball.
Only people that use power armor are the Hellcat mercenaries. We've used them for a few things, but I mean, we haven't heard from it. We don't really use power armor in the shop. That's mainly for stuff outside that we'd even have a set for. But the people that use regular is Hellcats.
They affordable?
Their prices are increasing. It's a little out of our price range now for what we need.
Because you got some damage up here on that catwalk that seems to be consistent with some couple 1,000 pounds of pressure.
So you mean to tell me there's power armor in the shop?
I think that Marge let somebody in to murder them and maybe steal something. I think guys really think that Marge is made the wall less strong and that we are in danger right now.
We should probably check the spot on the wall she was blowtorching. There's also a chance that since there were 2 clockouts at supposedly by Billy and Danny, we have to look at the possibility that
Marge
you have
clocked
some.
them both.
But she clocked out at 6:45.
She clocked herself out 6:30. Yep, but she clocked the other 2 out because the one went out through the window and Billy was dead.
She might have, or you might have an infiltrator. There might be a Hellcat in disguise somewhere in here because we only found 1 body. We can't overlook the idea that maybe she was paranoid because she let somebody in to take one of their places and she was getting skittish about the idea and was trying to book it.
Now, why would you have Hellcat Raiders in here? Have, let's say, Marge let them in. What are they? They're just here to kill Dan and Billy?
Well, what resources do you have here that other people would be willing to trade or pay top dollar for? You have steel, right? You have
also
good old-fashioned. You have some good old-fashioned, top quality steel scrap around here.
I mean, yeah, we got that, and I mean the real treasure is the workers in the foundry
and the friends we made along the way.
Well, that's real sweet of you, but I'm trying.
Also, is going to get the scorecard and unfold it and tap it a few times. Say Exhibit A.
What are you trying to tell me here? One-armed bandit.
Do you think it'd be worth
that's real cute. That can be arranged,
It could be arranged.
Would it be worth somebody's time and caps invested in Hellcat mercenaries in exchange for quite a lot of high-quality Carnegie steel?
Or they kidnap Dan.
I mean, that's possible. It's possible they could want steel, but I mean, there was steel all about here. You'd figured they'd clean it all up when they came in. So
yeah, we can't really determine the motive. The idea of the power armor, the idea of the sickle, everything coming together, it just, that part doesn't really make sense.
Other than the fact that Marge didn't like Billy and Dan. Could have been personal.
Scott's like, all right, well, let's discuss this after the funeral. Let's get that rolling.
Hey,
And,
Timmy, you want to take a quick walk with me? I could use your help adjusting some of my servos really quick before the funeral. If you want to walk over here.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's go check that wall of yours so that you can, be a little more relaxed. We'll make sure that she didn't sabotage the wall.
all right, so you all are checking the wall while the funeral starts. Janie and Cross are in kind of like the pit down there, and they've got what they have Billy with a question mark kind of taped on his chest.
Awesome.
And Scott gets up in front of everybody and says, we've got the right to work and the will to work. And when our rights and wills die, yins know what happens. It's melted away and forged into new life here. And this is the way of the pit. This is the way of the local 42. Does anybody have anything to say about Billy before we send him off? All right, I guess he wasn't that well liked. Anyways, kick the bucket and we'll go ahead and burn him. And a bucket of molten steel starts to pour and is disintegrating Billy.